Alright,
All
so
your
green...
ships are belong to us.
Yeah. Green team for this game. I'm going to be running Shikishima, Kremlin, Des Moines, Venezia, Zhao, Moscow, Gearing, Daring. Double DD composition for the green team. Like for the Reds.
So the Reds are bringing a Yamato, Kremlin, Venezia, Napoli, Nevsky, Stalingrad, Gearing, Daring, and Marceau.
Understandable, understandable. A bit of double gearing play. I'm just going to quickly fly over, check out the builds that these guys are using. This guy is going to be running full leg mod gearing with turret traverse mod and gun reload mod. Also going to be running the torpedo upgrades. No superintendent once again. I am a big proponent. If you're going to be playing full smoke bot in your gearing, you want to be taking superintendent. Now, this guy here, someone has indeed took the superintendent. He's also took a Vetchkin for the improved survivability expert and the legendary module. And just as an extra step above, he's also taken the smokescreen upgrade. I like that. That's thinking ahead. He is going full smoke bot, which is great because like these teams, like they have access to press accounts here, so they have as many special upgrades as they need.
Yeah.
Nevsky with the radar mod, as expected. Stalingrad going to be running the radar mod as well. These guys are prepared. These guys know what they're doing. They've brought all the fancy stuff.
Is the Green Des Moines leg mod?
Green Des Moines. Let's have a go. Let's have a look here. The Green Des Moines is indeed running legendary module. Yes.
So that is the first one that I've seen the build of.
That I've been running legendary module.
It's
yeah.
been legendary. Yeah.
These
Which are unusual to me.
Why would you be running a Des Moines if you're not going to be running legendary module? Bring a Salem if you want to be a full DPM cruiser. Also, this guy is not running heavy AP. He's decided instead that he wants to go for superintendent, which is a much more... Oh wait, was I looking at the Moscow by accident there? I might have been looking at the Moscow by accident there. Yeah, he's actually running the heavy AP. Cool. That makes more sense. The Moskva has chosen not to run legendary module. The Moskva has chosen to run reload mod. Yeah. You're also running damage control mod in slot 1. That I like. This I like.
That's I want to live.
Yeah.
I'm going to park somewhere and live. So
Kremlin?
the red team has sent their Marceau, Nevsky, Gearing, Venezia, Kremlin, and Stalingrad to C. They've sent a Daring into B on its own, and I imagine the Daring is going to go from B to A to accompany the Napoli Yami that are just sort of floating up that way.
Can we just talk for a second? I completely missed this during the line, so somebody brought a Zhao. Zhao. I said Zhao. It didn't register. Somebody brought a Zhao.
Well, yeah, the Daring in B is about to take shots from the Moskva here. It's getting away mostly undamaged. The shots coming in from the Shikishima from 2 Moskvas from a Des Moines, and it's only taking 4,000 damage, so it's doing well on the dodging, but
well, he said that, and then he
maybe doesn't need to go for B anymore because
he's
still
fine,
a Moskva. There's still a Moskva with a radar range of that cap.
Des Moines pops his radar as well. It's actually going to be picking up the Stalingrad down here, but that's about it. Doesn't quite catch the Marceau of let me do the deployments quickly. So B, A cap, green team, Zhao, Daring, Moskva, Shikishima, but Moskva's kind of hovering at B. Then let's see, you've got Moskva, Des Moines anchoring up, Gearing, going to drop a smoke screen for the Kremlin, question mark? What is this smoke screen? Venezia back there as well. What is this smoke screen? Are they going to try and rotate the Des Moines off that island into the smoke screen? I don't know if you can get away with that.
So, also of note is that the Gearing and Marceau are doing a crossover in front of the green Gearing
wall of torpedoes, right. Yes.
They should be alright. I think that Gearing might not be alright.
There might be a small torpedo incident.
Yes.
A small torpedo
takes it on the stern.
Incident. Yeah, that could have been worse.
Better than taking it in midships, but yeah.
Saturation saving is bacon there. He doesn't take the full damage he would have taken if he'd hit that in midships with the splash damage mechanics of those torpedoes. So, assessing the situation, red team have managed to take the C cap, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to hold on to that with that half health Gearing. He's going to be pressured quite heavily. There is a Nevsky. All right, you're going to be dropping the smoke screen for the Nevsky. He's going to
take B cap.
B cap, yep. Nothing's going to be taking that anytime soon. And green team have firm control of the A cap, but they have like 4 ships pushing into a kiting force of 2. They need to stop moving now.
Yeah, and the same needs to be said for the red team here. They've brought 2/3 of their team down here almost, but they have brought 2/3 of their team. They need to be aggressive. The remaining third of their team will not hold out very long, especially the Daring losing health to the Moskvas just before it gets away there.
Well, the thing is, you've got a pushing Zhao here. That's not what you... Why do you have a Zhao on your pushing flank?
I don't know if they have a push flank. looking at the ships, the Moskva is there to set up on that island and defend. The Shikishima, okay, it's quite far forward, and the Zao is a kite ship, and you're daring sort of like a fight the DD kind of ship. But
you've got 4 ships over there. I suppose that is your weak flank, but like it's a bit too strong of a weak flank.
Yeah, it's quite strong for a weak flank, and their strong flank isn't as strong as the red strong flank. So I think they might be having a bit of a dilemma on that.
They had a dilemma when they chose it was gonna... They had a dilemma when they decided it was a good idea to run us out, so...
The red Marceau is rotating up to A. They might be about to try and counter some of this, and the Kremlin's got shots out towards the Green Des Moines.
Yeah, I'm going to be jumping.
Des Moines is scot-free with that.
I was too busy staring at the torpedo wall that just, like, missed the gearing there. Okay.
Yeah, there's been a few health trades here, and apart from the gearing, there's not really been... I suppose two red DDs have lost a significant amount of health, because the Daring only has 2 heals left.
Yeah.
And the gearing obviously ate that torp, but...
Oh, we've got to see some...
trades haven't been massive yet.
I think we just had some daring on daring action up here as well, a day cap.
The Ami shots out for the Moskva. Moskva is very lucky that the Moskva, reversing away from the B cap, had shots from about 24 kilometers from the red Yami. He's decided that reversing into the open was a bad idea. He's going back to the island cover. Okay.
Where do you think the action's going to form up here? It looks like we've just got a kiting Napoli who's not interested. The Yamato is also like stern in. They're just waiting for things to push into them, and it's going to be a Zao.
We have a Marceau daring fight starting up in B here.
And the Marceau decides the best way to win this fight is to set flat broadside, but the Deering has decided, oh look, there's a broadside Marceau, let me shoot HE at it. So, you know.
Yeah, and has smoked up, and luckily for them, the Marceau is struggling to land the blind shot. Never mind. The last little blind fire was enough to catch an extra bit of damage, and that levels the playing field between the Darians, roughly.
I'm gonna look back over at C because, like, I'm expecting somebody to eat, like, torpedoes any minute now.
Like this green Darian, Gearing,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yep. Oh, you... Okay, let's have a look at the red Gearing. Is he about to eat the torpedoes instead? No.
Green Des Moines is taking a lot of damage here. Cross shots from the Yami, shots from the Venezia, Nevsky, and Kremlin all on it. It's losing a lot of health here, and it doesn't have a heal for 20 seconds.
Who's winning?
It is technically the red team right now. They are losing C, but the...
Yeah, but they're losing health heavily as well. They're being bled out.
Yeah, they are 40,000 behind on health now, roughly, and every time the green team tries to take C, they just get radared and pushed back out. And that Gearing loses health every time, and that, you know, the Gearing is now on equivalent health to the red Gearing.
I mean, they're about to lose this Des Moines sooner rather than later. And actually, if he can get dark for a while... If he stops shooting for a while...
Every time that Des Moines reverses, Yami shells land.
Like now?
Like this. Yeah.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
It was a pattern. Every time it reversed, Yami shells. Every time it went forward, Kremlin shells. It was in a very tough spot. It was good shooting from the Yami, good awareness to just be focusing on the cross map there. Red Daring has to dodge some torps.
Yeah.
And does so successfully.
The Red Daring
we're going to have all 3 caps.
The red team has no right to have this cap, by the way. It's a 4-on-3.
No, they don't. And they're winning all the health trades here. And Yami's got shots out for that Moskva again.
The enemy is about to win.
Very close.
Well, we saw what happened to the Des Moines. It's now the Moskva's turn.
Yeah, the Moskva can't afford to reverse off that island. Although the red Yami has lost a lot of health. It has been farmed. I presume that is Zao farming and Shikishima shots.
And Moskva.
Because it is stern on to the Shiki. And that the Yami has those funny spots on its ass that just like eat pens from every angle, right?
Can we just take a look at this Kremlin? The bow tanking Kremlin at the bottom of a cap. We saw Bob doing the same play earlier, and it's like I cannot get behind the open water bow tanking Kremlin. It's just like, please farm me. Okay, if you insist.
Yeah, if Green Gearing was going any slower, it'd be in danger of those torps. Instead, those might catch the Kremlin, I don't know. Red Yami managed to get the heal. It was down as low as 11,000 health. Is back up to 24,000 in healing.
Well, the Kremlin's kind of safe. It's just, you know, the smoked up Kremlin. Nobody expects it.
So this is the thing. Green team got B cap, which I didn't really expect, but the Zhao pushing in, it means the Marceau couldn't challenge the Darien for it. That Yami just needs to leave, and it needs to just wait a minute. It just needs to not be seen for a minute to get another heal, because it's down to 7,000 health.
He'll be fine.
The red team are actually very close to losing both their battleships without having done much damage to the green teams. And that would be an unfortunate flip in this situation, especially when they're only 90 seconds away from a win.
Yeah, like I said, they are being bled out on health, like heavily bled out on health. They are down to 250k compared to the 340k left in the green team, but the green team needs to actually do something with his health advantage. They are currently not stepping on the cap. Shikishima needs to push into this cap. He's on full HP. He needs to be in that cap yesterday. And then they need to get something into the green, into the C cap just to stall.
Venezia taking massive hits from the red Stalingrad at C. That's just savaged him there from 50,000 to 15,000.
Okay, that looked painful. I was busy looking at A.
Coming in. There is a lot going on at C. Girin is on 6,000 health for the green team. Still taking hits. Venezia gets away, but it did suffer for that. Red Kremlin does go down here. I don't see a way for it to survive. It's spotted on 1,000 health. There it goes.
Okay, so points of tick back. It's now 3 minutes 20 on the clock. Yamato is still very low. There are still a couple of low ships. This Nevsky smokescreen is going to be a pain in the ass for them, but the Kremlin can maybe do something about it if he starts going forward, but he needs the screening for the gearing.
Red Darien's in a lot of trouble here. It's got the Moskva Darien and Shiki pushing in, and it's just firing in the open.
Bold choice.
He does have smoke ready, so he can disengage, but I don't think he can because the Moskva will have radar on him, right?
Which Moskva, sorry? Or
which Darien? ACAP.
Ah, yes. Okay, that makes more sense. No, he's just outside of range. Just outside of range.
Moskva at C-cap this time. Very lucky. Again, the Yami shot's just landing next to his waterline as he peeks away from the island. Every time it tries to get away from the island, the Yami has a pop. Even though the Yami has been in mortal danger of death a fair few times in this battle so far.
Clearly he needs to be further along the map border. Zhao in the middle of B. Green team finally going to be taking the A-cap, right? Right?
Marceau's in trouble in B. It's going to beach, and Zhao is coming around the corner. It needs to avoid that island, and it looks like they have realized the island does exist. But Zhao is not something you want to fight.
Sure it is. What could possibly go wrong? I was told that Zhao was a bad ship.
Yeah. The 44,000 health and 10 guns might dictate otherwise. Is it 10 guns on Zhao?
Don't ask me to do maths on stream. Radar comes out from the red Stalingrad. Okay.
I can count.
Can you? Well done. I'm glad somebody can.
It's interesting to see that the red and the green gearings are both on very equivalent health pools over at C-cap. But this time the green gearing might die. It's been radared. And the red gearing is driving towards those torps again. Well, the green are bad for you, my friend.
Green have finally stepped on all 3 caps. But actually, no, the gearing... Gearing?
Yeah, that gearing is in a lot of danger there.
There's still salvos coming in. If he dies, I think this game ends. 591 health.
And the Venezia shoots the Moskva instead. The Moskva's just in as much danger of death. Does Stalingrad have a radar already?
No, he doesn't.
Stalingrad has no radars left. Nevsky has 2 radars left, but probably doesn't have the range.
Alright, this Moskva needs to go dark for the rest of the game. And he's shooting. Never mind. He's decided he wants to shoot. So Nevsky and Venezia just shoot at this Moskva. He goes down. Is that going to end the game? Points of flight. All 3 caps are taken. That's not going to... The kill's not going to end the game. He's got just enough...
268 health.
It'll take it at 984. It won't be up. Okay, but the gearing has smoke screen. The torpedo's coming towards the smoke screen. How is he looking on that one? Okay, he's dodged in between them all.
Looks safe. The Moskva's going to go down here, and if that Moskva goes down, that Stalingrad's just going to rock around the corner.
And then on the Kremlin. Well, okay, actually, never mind. The Moskva's still alive.
It was dark when those shots were fired. I thought those were fired on a visible Moskva. Apparently not. Red team are just on the cusp of a victory here. They just need to...
Yamato's down to 7,000 health. He's got a shot out at the Moskva as well, though. I don't like this. This is tense. Moskva's overextended.
Is on the edge here. The Stalingrad of the red team has fired into the Venezia again, and he's gone. That Stalingrad is in
964 points.
There. If Yami goes down, it flips it back down to 904 points. Red team.
DD on DD violence. We have a daring fight over here.
Stalingrad on Zhao. Zhao is going for the torp drive-by.
Oh God, yes. Okay, we're watching this. This is it. This is it. Please, come on. Show everyone that Wargaming's buff to Zhao was enough to make it the most competitive ship going. We'll ignore the fact that he's broadside to a Moskva. We'll ignore the fact that he's got like 7 other ships piling shells into it. This is for the glory of Zhao. For the glory of Zhao.
They're going for the ram.
Yeah, they're going for the ram.
There is no escape from that. Moskva's broadside to the Nevsky with AP coming in. And Venezia Sap.
He's this Moskva should have been dead like 16 times over.
He should have been, and he gets away on 3,000 health, but CCAP is red again, and they have nothing to contest it. It's a red win as it stands.
Stalingrad killed a Moskva. I'm not sure where.
That looks like the ACAP Moskva was removed.
Okay,
it must have been flat broadside to the Stalingrad.
Red team currently winning. They need to get green team need to get this Kremlin into that cap immediately. Yesterday.
And if you're the Gearing, you might not want to be 7 kilometers from a Venezia.
If you're here, you wouldn't be not 12 kilometers from a Nevsky either.
There's the radar. Moscow radar to counter. Venezia's taking shots from the Kremlin here. Red Gearing has been radared. The green team know they just need to Hail Mary it at this point. Daring on daring here.
Daring on daring violence?
The green daring has lost that. That's going to end the match, I think.
Nope, a different kill ended the match. What the hell just
Kremlin
died?
Went down.
Oh, okay. No, the Kremlin didn't go down. Wait. I don't know. Well, that was
I thought the Kremlin went down. Oh,
that was a clusterfuck.
The second Moskva finally went down on its 3,000 health.
All right, okay. So that was a clusterfuck. There were so many things wrong with that game. Oh my lord. That was a series of just like one by one, just advancing forward. Okay. So, green team held all 3 caps for the majority of that game, right? Or red team did.
Red team gave themselves a beautiful and crucial point lead.
Yeah, they were at like hundreds of points at one point. Then green team stepped on all 3 caps. Then brawls broke out everywhere. And while the brawls were breaking out everywhere, stuff happened that I don't understand. That's right. So is this 1-0 to GWHAT? Is this what's going on? Is that where we're at? Is this where things are at right now?
Yeah, that's 1-0 to GWHAT.
Yes.
That was potentially the most competitive match we've seen.
That's one word for it.
It was, yeah, but it was competitive. It flip-flopped a couple of times. Green team just about had it, but I think losing that Des Moines for what seemed like very little gain, I think in the end really cost them.
Look, there were several things that really cost them. Like if they'd stepped on those caps earlier, if they'd not brought a fucking Zhao.
The Zhao was an interesting choice. And honestly, the Zhao nearly got the Marceau kill. If it had just been quick around the island corner, it would have probably had a Marceau dead to rights.
If that Zhao didn't press W into the face of that Stalingrad going for the ram, there were so many ships cross-shotting it, they could have took it down.
Yeah. And I think in the manic moments of the end of the match, the comms gets a bit hectic. And people are asking questions. People are shouting, "We need to do this. We need to make a play. We need to do, we need to do this." And people are asking, "Should I do this?" And maybe there was just too much going on for the decision to be made properly. And where'd our room go?
Good question. Very good question. Hello? Do you what?
Oh, someone's just asked what happened.
Where is this? What channel are we in?
Qualifier 4.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you're on top of this shit, 'cause I'm not.
Yeah, I love the fact that you said there was when you went over the lineup, you said Zhao, and my brain just did not process it.
Yeah.
It just is like Zhao. He meant something else. Moving on. It's a ship that I own, but I don't play it. I love my open water cruisers, and I don't play Zhao.
Well, yeah, turret angles are fucking terrible. Your armor is not spectacular. You're pushing into like your top angles. You know, if your top angles were reworked a bit and you like had more like forward range, maybe you could do some stuff with it. Like, I don't know, man.
Room's back up.
Okay. Oh, needed to switch shit.
Yeah. He obviously needed to swap captains or something. If only that was possible inside a training room.
Yeah, imagine. All right, so who's the room host? Sorry, someone. Very helpful name.
With a 0.
Who's the room host? Someone. Okay, but who is it? Someone. Yeah, but who? Someone. Like, do you not know what I mean? It's someone. Oh no, that was yes.
I like that match. I had no idea what was going on at parts. It honestly at the start it seemed a little bit slow. It seemed like an NA game. Where both teams just do the initial cap gains and then just sit there and stare at each other for a bit.
Yeah, I don't understand these sitting and staring at each other positions because like it throws me off my rhythm so much. I'm like, okay, where's the action going? Where's the action going? And I get there and there's like literally nothing happening there. And it's like, all right, they're not doing anything for a while, are they? And they'll go somewhere else. And then it's like, oh, but back over there. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Why the things? What?
You mean like when you took a trip to A and then suddenly the domain at C was just being evaporated?
Yeah, it happens every time. I get off rhythm because I go to look at this stuff and it's like, what? And then you're just leading. What happens is you start leading fucking commentary and I'm just spending half the time trying to keep up with like, what the fuck's the shit that he's talking about? All right, let me just try and find that. And it's like, So I just end up looking dented as fuck for a while. It's like, all right, Painzo has no idea what's going on in this game anymore. And then my mind goes like, all right, I'm going full for Pega. This is Jirax game now. Oh, yeah, man. All right, so back in the room, game 2, Northern Waters. Let me get you on the map intro screen. I think this one has like, I think this is probably like look, if I was gonna like vote for which was the best map intro video, I would probably vote for this guy because I am, you know, I just think he's done an excellent job. I'll just put the video on for you right now.
Off the North African coast, an arid expanse.
Not that one. That was the previous one. Fuck that guy.
Smart.
Me Painzo. Me Painzo. Me stupid. Video. In the southern Arctic Ocean lies an archipelago of Caledonian granite. Frigid and foreboding, these frozen rocks and sparse fauna will shortly become unwilling witnesses to the rigors of naval combat. This is Northern Waters. Northern Waters is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the left, the B cap in the centre, and C is on the right. Capture area A is isolated from the map centre by 2 large islands along the eastern edge. These islands provide limited cover for radar cruisers who may want to deploy nearby, while a narrow channel connects the cap to the middle of the map. In the centre of the map, Cap B contains hard cover in the centre of the cap for intrepid destroyer captains hoping to secure control. Just like the A cap though, there are islands along the eastern edge that provide at least some cover for radar cruisers to defend from. The scattered islands in and around Cap C create challenges on both offense and defense. Not only do they constrict the movement of battleships in the area, they provide places for lighter units to take shelter behind and launch ambushes from. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Northern Waters. I just want to point out, my voice sounds scuffed as fuck in that video. Like, it's really weird. It's like they've taken out all of the natural pauses in a sentence. So, like, I'll be talking like one pitch, and then all of a sudden I'm talking at this pitch, and then down at this pitch, and it's like, normal people would take a breath there.
But you're not normal.
I know
and
that,
you don't
but
take breaths when you speak.
I do take breaths. You can tell when I take a
don't.
breath because my pitch changes. There's actually a slight pause between pitch changes. That's bloke's going full. That's bloke currently looking like he's come straight out with a fucking like legal document. There will be 3, Brian. 3.
It was yesterday the comment about how fast one of us would speak, presumably you. Where even though there is, if chat is unaware of this, both of us are using what is our closest approximation of radio voice. Because both of us speak in a manner that does not require us to stop between words or sentences or anything.
Oh yeah. We can just talk. Like Like you'll notice
if you know anyone who plays a wind instrument, they do this thing called like circular breathing or something where they breathe at the same time as they play. We do that when we talk.
Yeah, we do circular inting. Like no, you can always tell that. Like sometimes I realize that I'm behind the flow where I want to be in a match, especially when I'm doing the intros, and I'll just like run down the fucking the deployments as fast as possible. Like we got Venezia, the Kremlin. It's like fucking full on like catwalks. Anyway. Game number 2, about to get underway here on Northern Waters. I hear noises in the background, which means I need to get into the map scene. Who's left? Who's right?
I will tell you in just a second here. GWHAT are red.
Wonderful. Actually, not wonderful. Game's reversed. GWHAT are red. Okay, wonderful. So ACERO on the green team here on Northern Waters are going to be running a Shikishima, Kremlin, Des Moines, Venezia, Zao, Moscow, Stalingrad, Daring, Moscow.
And GWHAT on the red team here bringing an incomparable Kremlin, Venezia, Napoli, Moskva, Daring, Marso, and Ragnar.
Why are they running a Zao? Why are they running a Zao?
Are you about to see your favorite strat ever from your clan's battleship main?
My clan's battleship main?
Yeah, is this a strat that learned from last COTS?
The int comparable. Alright, let's take a quick look at some of these builds, see if there's anything particularly spicy. No, leg mod Moskva, that's what we understand. Like that's what I was expecting to see. Napoli with standard tanky build. We have a Kremlin who is running standard tanky build. We have an incomparable who is running Furious and Brisk. Yeah. We have Venezia running range mod. Hopefully he's running spotter plane. Yeah, that one brought a spotter plane. Marceau running no AFT. I like AFT on my Marceau, I must say. I don't like having that hard limited range. I mean, sure, it'll work, I guess. Daring with RPF, Hydro mod, you know, standard stuff. Over on the green team, we've got a Zao who is running... Zao. He's running a Zao. He's running a Zao. That's all there is to it. He's running his out. We see the Stalingrad with the fire prevention build, radar mod. Des Moines with the leg mod and radar. Des Moines running repair mod in slot 1. I'm interested by it. It seems like a lot of them. It looks like one of them at the start of it is like, oh, we should all run repair mod in slot 1 because literally, yeah, like half their team is running it. It's nice to be able to see these builds, though. I enjoy that. Anyway, initial deployments. A cap, Marceau, Moskva, Venezia, Shikishima for the green team. B cap, single solitary Stalingrad. He's going to get farmed out in that position if he's not too careful. Over at C, we're going to have Daring, Zao, Des Moines, Kremlin. That's my speed up voice. Jura.
The Reds, they're sending a Marceau, Venezia, incomparable, Moskva, Kremlin to A. That's both of their battleships to A. All the way over. They're not even hanging around in the middle. They have a Moskva on an interesting position on that south island of B, and a Daring in B cap who's currently just been radared by the Stalingrad, and a Ragnar and Napoli alone to C.
Yep, Salvo's coming in towards this Daring. Let's see how much of a punishing he's going to be taking for this. Stalingrad radar should be over relatively soon. He's got another 10 seconds on it, so if he wants to just like... yeah, I like this. I like this reverse play. Like,
yeah, so the reversing didn't start until the shells had landed. That Daring did the exact thing that I love, which is radar happens and you just don't move.
Except now that the radar's ended, this is when he moves. It's like, no, just move. Just move. Okay, you could have still been in that capping right now, but okay. All right, just pop your heel, get back in there. That's a free cap.
But there won't be another radar before they can take that cap, unless that Moskva, which has just turned towards B from A, decides to int itself.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past people at this point. All right, so I want to talk about this C cap very briefly. There is like a kiting force of a Napoli and a Ragnar. This Kremlin, Des Moines, Daring, Zao. This is my problem. You have the pushing Zao once again. This Zao, what he needs to do right now, realizes that there's fuck all on defense here. You get yourself over to A immediely.
A-Cap might see a Marceau taking a torp here. I think he's just seen them in time and just gotten away. The Ellen Marceau, the red Marceau's torp's just coming a bit close for comfort there. But are we about to see an incomparable smoke charge with a Venezia?
Quite possibly. I'm just watching this Ragnar fighting against the Zao right now. He got chunked quite hard, 6,000 health. He's going to be limping away from that, and that's going to be C-Cap relatively easily taken for the Daring once again. How did the red Daring take even more damage? He's down 7,000. Did he?
He's not taking more damage. He was down to 14,000 when he escaped. He is in radar range of that Moskva. Moskva hasn't realized yet. There's the radar. It takes B-Cap, and that Moskva, that Daring just needs to leave. At this point, there's no hanging around. There's no trying to be smart. You just need to get out of there.
Yeah, Moscow Radar lasts slightly longer than Stalingrad's, I must say. That's
And Stalingrad straight on it. There we go. Ooh, big chunks. That Darian's gonna go and lick its wounds for a little while, but I don't see it going down.
Yeah, he's gonna pop those heals and just limp away. Just limp away. Moscow shouldn't be able to finish him off. There's nothing really else from the Des Moines, Daring, or Kremlin that's gonna be jumping in on this, so yeah, he should be fine.
So Incomparable and Venezia have not been spotted yet. They're yet to be spotted. If you're the green team, do you start wondering?
He's popped his plane though. He's popped his plane, so they might have seen that. Ah, here comes the first salvo out. Is that towards the Moskva or the Shiki?
That's a Moskva shot.
That might be.
Oh,
oh no, this is a good.
Oh, Moskva.
Oh, the torpedoes next to him as well. This still. Okay, that was
probably just had a moment.
The brown trouser moment right there. Yeah. So Incom taking 75% off that Moskva. That was mostly set. There's another salvo coming out.
Yeah, Incomparable's not a slouch when it comes to his reload. I'll tell you that.
This is the problem.
As much that time, but
that's a rudder mod Moskva, by the way. Like if that was engine mod, he would have been a long way out of those shells. I just had to pull that up really quickly because I wanted to check. He's not running fire prevention, he's not running engine mod, and he's in a stationary cruiser. I don't understand the rudder mod. The rudder is not going to come in that handy for you. You're not over and watering in that thing right now.
No, I run rudder mod on some cruisers, but not on cruisers that are going to be bowing.
Bowing getting farmed. Yeah.
It's interesting. Kremlin taking shots into the side of the Shikishima. Shikishima getting away with that, though.
Speaking of Moskvas, what do you think of this Moskva position south of B, farming front of that Moskva? Like,
it's bold, but I don't see any ship in a position to. Well, I do. I see one ship in a position to punish it, but it's ignoring it. That's the Shikishima. I don't think the Kremlin has the.
No, the Kremlin needs to be
range.
No, but he needs to be further up. This push needs to happen.
Yeah, they need to have pressed W 4 times at sea about a minute ago.
Yeah.
Well, they need to rotate this out. A lot of damage here for. I don't agree with this play with the Marceau. Launching it into B and then just having it sit there while it takes damage is not going to get you that cap.
Yeah. He also opened up, and now he's like out of radar range. Oh, now he's adding the Moskva radar range.
Yeah. The Kremlin, 2 Moskvas and a Darien can see it. It's in trouble.
Zhao kills Ragnar. That's a mistake.
There you go. There's your
Zhao value, yeah. Clearly,
Marceau taking more hits still in B cap.
How broken is Zhao? Killed a Ragnar. Either that or Ragnar's inherently underpowered. Those split turrets, damn it. Sorry, we've got to get all the memes.
Will take B cap, but
yeah, the cost of 75% of its health pool.
Yeah, and then the green Darien is going to come around, and are they going to catch the red Darien in the pinch between the Marceau and Darien here?
Green Darien's not fast enough to get out on top of that, and he has to run the guns of the Moskva if he does that.
Yeah, it would be costly all around, but there's no radars ready to catch the Darien if it smokes.
Well, no, they've just blew this Moskva radar right now from the guy at the back. Look at this firepower on the stern of the green Moskva, by the way. Like, the Shikishima and Venezia have kited the map border, and they're just giving the stern of their Moskva up for free.
The red Moskva in A, however, just lost a good chunk of its health, and it's got Shikishima shots on the way, so I'm not quite sure what hit it. Maybe the Stalingrad.
Yeah, Stalingrad? Yeah, Stalingrad. He's reversing out the way of it right now. Like, he came too far forward, and the Stalingrad's improved AP angles just went straight through him.
Yeah, he lost about 15,000, I think it was there. It's sort of costly, but at this point, there's no reason to go that far forward. Just wait a second and wait for your team to, like, establish themselves a bit further up. If green Moskva's going to go down, I don't see a way of it getting out.
Oh, he's been dead for a while. That position was compromised.
He gets a second though. Is it going to happen? Yeah. Oh,
for God's sake.
It's going to live just a bit longer.
Yeah, but is he going to be able to do anything with this extra time that he's alive? Not really. He's like scraping against this island.
The green Darien has encountered the red Darien in the Moskva. That red Moskva gets his radar back in 25 seconds.
If you're this, I think this Napoli needs to turn around and go fight that Zhao, by the way.
Yeah, there's a few things that need to be happening over here. I think the Reds aren't quite as strong here, and I'm not really sure what they're waiting for a lot of the time.
Like, look
we
at
might see
the
the green daring get caught by the radar, but it's going to be behind that island. There goes the radar now.
Yeah, radar's coming out from both teams.
But the Des Moines has radared yet. Although the Moskva has shots on the green daring, and the red Des Moines does not have shots on the daring. So there is that. However, the green Moskva that lived by the skin of its teeth has
does have shots. Yeah. The little Moskva who lived.
It's gonna get that. Oh.
Not getting that kill might have been crucial. Meanwhile, right, okay, so this Kremlin is advancing forward in front of this Moskva. Like, this Kremlin is completely locked down by... Oh, never mind. The Moskva just decided, you know what? End me. Just end my suffering.
Up on the A-line, we have a Shikishima being farmed down by the Marceau Venezia.
End my suffering.
That could is no more. But
yeah,
the green team are in a very good position here. There's 3 minutes 30 till they win. But they might be about to get a surprise Napoli.
They might be about to get a surprise Venezia. Holy fuck. Okay, goodbye. So, is this about the Napoli?
Well, there's a Napoli driving back towards CCAP, but the Shikishima has actually just fixed its problems to some extent. Although it does eat 2 torps there.
So, this Napoli versus Zhao. This is the fight that we're all here for.
Shikishima goes down to incomparable, but is it going to trade?
Okay. You know what? I missed that. No, it's not going to trade.
The Shiki whiffed.
Yes.
Shots all went too low, unfortunately. BCAP, we're going to see another Moskva go down in this area.
Nobody's interested in that, Jurek. Everybody wants to watch the 1v1 Zhao versus Napoli. This is where the gameplay is at.
I know I said that Reds needed to do something, but I'm not sure driving the Moskva into open water in front of the Darien, Kremlin, Des Moines, Stalingrad was the something that I was after.
You said something. You didn't specify something good.
However, you know, the green team are bringing a Marceau, or they've got their Marceau hanging around up north. The Reds are pushing now. Marceau incomparable, chasing after the Stalingrad, Venezia, Marceau.
So,
do they just get dragged off into the corner?
They've got themselves locked in a crossfire here. Like, they've decided to all push that way, which meant they can re-rotate it on. But like, this Kremlin comes around this corner and look.
Shots out.
On the other Kremlin. Yeah, it's far too far led forward, but still.
Yeah. For a second, I thought that might have been the Moskva that was caught broadside, and that would have been... It would have been Tears, I think.
No, Tears is next map. No, Tears was last map.
Stalingrad takes a good chunk of damage, and Kremlin shots are out. It's on 5,000. Might go down here.
Is this going to be 1-1?
Well, the Stalingrad lives. Despite 9 Kremlin shells and a 5,000 health Stalingrad, and it's on 2,000 health now instead. I don't think Red Kremlin gets out of this.
I don't think Napoli gets out of this. He's also kind of locked in a crossfire here. He's found the Des Moines who came back for him.
Yeah, and the Marceau has opened up in front of a Venezia.
That's a bold choice.
The Venezia hasn't punished it yet, though.
Well, he's about to.
Yeah, the Marceau nearly eating a Venezia torp as well.
That would have been fantastic, yeah. Oh, he's still getting slapped.
Yeah, the Venezia not quite getting the smoke bloom right, but it will be unspotted shortly. But the Marceau also goes unspotted. Well,
I don't know why you try to get unspotted here. You want to be killing this Marceau. You don't want him to be disengaging. Yeah. Okay, he's going for the shots on the Kremlin.
Maybe the priority's been called that the Napoli, Moskva, and the Kremlins are the ones to die. And that's a fair call, to be honest.
Right, well, Moskva radar comes out. He's going to pick up this daring. Salvo comes out. He gets that daring. That's a donated kill for no reason. And now we have the problem of Moskva versus Kremlin. This Kremlin might get rammed. He's got another 30 seconds on his reload. Red Kremlin being farmed down still. But Red Moskva might be getting rammed.
It does beach and save itself briefly.
Mm.
And there it goes. Finally, the kill happens. Zhao getting the kills here. Almost as if it's just to spite you.
Right, anyway. Moskva versus Kremlin. I'm sure he's got a reload off. Yeah, comes the Salvo
going down on the
no, the Zhao's going to get another kill. Zhao's going to get another kill. No, okay, missed. Thank God.
Yeah, and with the Napoli going down, that's pretty much it. 18 seconds for 2 ships to carry the match. I think we're going to a 1-0.
We are going to a 1-0. There are several things wrong with this game. There are several things wrong with the fact that Zhao just won a game.
That Zhao heard you and said, you know what? Screw that guy.
Aye, Zhao is clearly... Zhao is clearly just, like, yes. Look, just... There are many things that we watched in this game. There are very few of them that I agreed with. But it made for an interesting game.
It did do that.
Venezia getting blapped on the
and
map
we
border
get
because...
Sea of Fortune.
You do get Sea of Fortune. Which means that you all get to listen to a new map intro video. Yay! Do you all want to listen to the new map intro video? We'll find out who did it. I already know who did it, but I haven't heard it yet, so I'm going to go watch it now. Right, hang on. Not Northern Waters, Sea of Fortune. Apply. Right, everybody. New map video.
Somewhere between the shores of France and England, this critical battlefield is the stage for a clash of enemy fleets. Tranquility will soon be shattered by the thunder of guns and flash of explosions, as only one fleet shall claim victory. This is Sea of Fortune. Sea of Fortune is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map. A recent change will stress tacticians both new and seasoned, as there are now 4 capture points. To the west are A and B, likely seen as teams' home caps. Teams will be encouraged to deploy more assets west, but it comes at the cost of cross-map support. Will teams defend their home or risk it all to assault the enemies? There are 4 ways in or out of sea with no cover inside. Most teams will have battleship guns ready to punish any who dares enter. Will fortune favor the bold? D is possibly the easiest to capture, but with only 3 entrances or exits, players caught by enemy radar will soon find a 4th exit. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Sea of Fortune.
Thank you very much to the wonderful Lord Zath for that map intro video. He put some effort in that one. He is hyped.
Is that not just Zath's default state?
No, he sounded aggressive in that video. Like he sounded like he was 2 teams, 1 gun. He was ready to go. Like that's Zath. Like you've messed with the wrong Zath in that video. He will fucking knock you out, Jirak. Which is wonderful because that's actually usually lovely.
Yeah, so I'm just watching. So I'm obviously watching the delay on your.
Yeah.
I missed the Venezia dying because I thought if you're that Venezia in that situation, you just drive at the shaky and you just run to left and right and watch as the shells miss.
Oh,
every time you fire at it, you do 10k damage. But
No.
Venezia decided, I'm going to drive into the border and stop broadside. I just don't get it.
Don't ask questions that start with Y on the first weekend of the tournament. Not wrong, Point.
Point just coming in and being like, yeah, no. We don't have the answers you're looking for here.
Don't question, just appreciate. Right, so let's actually get into Sea of Fortune. It's a 4 cap layout. We haven't seen it played just yet. What this means is points are going to be taken a lot faster. Like a lot faster. You have 2 basically free caps, not going to be contested. That's going to be the A and B caps on the left-hand side here. B and C, very close together, completely isolated from those 2 caps, basically. It's an oddity, and I'm not sure if I like the concept of a home cap. We had home caps on Hotspot last COTS. I wasn't a fan of it there either. What do you think? Home caps? Yes, no?
I find home caps is something that we get very used to with clan battles when there's 3 caps in the map. And you've got the contest cap and the 2 home caps, and you either push through the contested cap or you use that as a stopgap while you push from home cap to home cap. Like that's a very familiar feeling. But in COTS with bigger teams and more caps, I don't know. I didn't see a lot of last time rounds action on Hotspot. It wasn't Spring Championship that was the COTS beforehand, right? Or I think NA got rid of it for Spring Championship, and maybe EU didn't.
Yeah, we had different map formats. I can't remember. I remember Asia had Okinawa and Ocean, and I stopped caring what other regions ran at that point. It's like, oh yes, what do we want for a competitive tournament? Okinawa. Yes, that's exactly what we need.
Yeah,
and Ocean.
I played in. I would like to see Ocean just for the fun.
Right, you're not allowed to pick any of the fucking maps, okay? No. There's a reason you don't get a say in anything.
Think of the Darien swarms you could just convince someone to run.
No. No, it's what it's going to devolve into is who can bring more fucking Nevsky smoke blobs. That's it. Oh, what's that? There's a limit of 2 Nevskys. Okay, Des Moines. What else can we throw on a fucking smoke screen? What's that? We need islands. I'll fucking make my own islands. So smoke screens everywhere. Torpedo fucking soup. Yeah.
But I played in Warship Spring Championship, so I didn't, I didn't actually watch the EU cuts because I wanted to have part of my day that wasn't just WoWs. So, and we didn't have hotspot with the home caps, so I don't actually have much experience with it. But I'm not sure I like the idea of having home caps with bigger teams.
The thing is as well, a home cap push on this match is brutal as fuck because it's all like, if you want to do that, you have to go down the one line of fucking Sea of Fortune. No, not a fan.
You say that, but it's, when it was on obviously 3 cap Sea of Fortune, I've just seen the map intro video where the caps are. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, no.
I'm really not a fan of that. But we did screw up in a match. One of our DDs got killed really early, and our Conqueror just decided to stroll down the 1-2 line on Sea of Fortune and kill 5 ships and win the match for us. It was quite an experience.
There's not enough storied water in this class, by the way. Is that the dude that looks 12 years old? That does look really young for his age. He's got some fantastic skin routine. Moisturizer.
Yeah. Unlike us, who just look like we've had a hard paper round. Or 7.
Yeah, I do look like I was rolled like down a flight of stairs. We're British. Like we're not supposed to use like foundation and concealer and like moisturizer. No. What we're supposed to do is go dive into a fucking coal mine. If you don't look like you've just came out of a fucking coal mine, you get laughed at. You get kicked out of the fucking pub. You get called a fairy.
Yeah, I mean we're lucky if our teeth are attached to the inside the mouth.
No. What color are they? Hang on.
It doesn't matter as long as they're in there.
Pull out the Dulux color chart. I was like, right, hang on. Nah, they're far too fucking white. You need to be at least beige to get into this pub, mate. Sorry. Look at that guy. That guy is like fucking. It's like you got an RGB color code. It's like you need at least this many fucking, at least this yellow. Get in. Alright, what's happening in the game? I can't see training room chat. Is there anything?
I think we've got streamers from other matches pouring in because we're game 3. So
yeah.
Just the natural delay.
Spicy. Apparently they had a disconnect in that last game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
GWHAT did or?
Whoever the fuck someone's on. So.
GWHAT, yeah.
Who the fuck disconnected then?
Was that the Venezia that just randomly hard turned to the left and sat broadside to the
I didn't quite.
Right before it died at launch torp, so it wasn't that, but.
Were there any points where I was saying, you need to fuck... It might have been the Kremlin. You know the Kremlin that I was yelling that needed to fucking push? Maybe.
Yeah, I'm unsure. Maybe the Ragnar that just died randomly.
Maybe.
That would make a lot more sense, to be honest.
Yeah.
A Ragnar getting caught by a Zhao.
Understandable. I mean, Zhao is a very, very powerful ship, and Ragnar is inherently underpowered. Sorry, that joke needs to die. I'm not going to let it die, but it needs to. If they gave it, like, the specialized repair party of the Noisor Shimmy, and a couple more base chargers. You're not helping in this matter, are you? Why did you...
I'm... Keep talking.
You just try... You're busy Googling, like, okay. I need World of Warships memes. Hang on.
No, there's a lot of referees asking if streamers would need game free, but the streamer was in our room, so I was going to try and tell them. But
wow, wow.
I'm abandoning you. Yes.
No,
I'm leaving you to fend for yourself.
I'm being DM'd by Buggy.
Oh.
Yeah. This look. Check your DMs. This is what Buggy just DM'd me.
Oh, I approve. That is he wrong?
No, but like, look, I have to sit this close. This is how I see. Like, this is why I don't have camera on usually. Like, I like to be able to see what I'm casting, so I have to sit like this. Like,
well, you can tell him that I said that he's not quite close enough to that.
Go fuck yourself. I can't even. Fuck you. But anyway, we're getting into game number 3. Best of 3. Best of 3, game number 3. This one is taking place on Sea of Fortune, and GWHAT is on which team, Jack?
Green.
Wonderful, we got the right one. So, green team for this game: Ohio, St. Vincent, Des Moines, Napoli, Nevsky, Gearing, Marceau, Ragnar. What have you got for the Reds?
Reds are bringing Shikishima, Kremlin, Des Moines, Venezia, Zau, Moskva, Stalingrad, Darwin, and Marceau.
So, Jura, can you tell me why you would bring a Zau on this map?
Because NKTSZ loves their Zau. That is the reason. They have told the caller that they're like, yeah, you know what? I don't care what ship you want me to bring. I'm bringing Zau.
I need to know, is this man a Zau one trick? Like, does he like just play hundreds of games of Zau in random battles? Is that what's going on here? Because I genuinely want to know why it's Zau, Zau, Zau every game. I do not understand it. And look, it's. Let's not ask questions. We've learned not ask questions. Also, apparently I can't click on the button properly to get the score. There we go. Builds out. All right, let's have a look. What we got here? We have a Marceau with no AFT. We have a Des Moines with no legendary module and the turret traverse mod. We have a Napoli with range mod. We have an Ohio with a tanky build. Okay, cool. He's also got partial secondary. We have a Gearing with leg mod and superintendent. Okay, I like that guy. I like this. Ragnar with AFT and RPF. You don't really need RPF in a Ragnar. You kind of just run at them, and then as soon as you get spotted, you radar. I also don't know if you want turret traverse mod either, but here we go. Nevsky we have with reload mod. Nevsky build's fine. Nevsky build's fine. This Nevsky, same again. Okay, they're matching Nevsky builds. Actually, no, they've got slightly different ones. One's got last stand, the other's got the reloady skill. I can't remember. St. Vincent with Furious and damage control mod. Alright, back to the red team. Red team, nothing too crazy from this. Des Moines with leg mod. Zau with, Zau. Kremlin with standard tanky build. Stalingrad with, tanky build. Shiba!
Oh god, the days.
I'm not even joking. It's survivability expert. Right, Venezia with survivability expert, relatively standard build, whatever. And Marceau with AFT. There we go. That's the Marceau build you want. Right. Builds are over. Let's take a look at deployments. I like being able to go over builds and insult people. So, A cap already taken by Marceau and Napoli. B cap contested by Ohio with a Des Moines next to it. And then everything else. So, Ragnar, Gearing, St. Vincent, Nevsky heading over to the D cap. More active, the 910 line. Jerk, there you go.
So I've got to say, I'm impressed that if the Ohio and Des Moines got to B cap already, because you've been tricked by the existence of 4 caps. Marceau, Venezia, Moskva, and Shikishima have driven through or are approaching B cap. So the home caps are in fact taken. We've got the Stalingrad, Des Moines, Zau, Darien, and Kremlin all floating over to D. We did have an interesting start where the Stalingrad just seemed to not move, maybe a late load, and the Kremlin drove into it, and they had a bit of a delay there. And the Des Moines is taking up what I would call a precarious position. Just south of D there.
Honestly, as soon as that Shikishima gets spotted and goes behind that rock, Des Moines can go through that, take C, and then position on the island outside of C cap, pointing towards the home push. Alright, so this, speaking of home push, Marceau on Marceau violence, both of them half healthing each other immediately off the start. Venezia salvo's coming out. Napoli salvo's coming out. Who's going to take the worst of it? Yeah, it's about 50-50. The red coming out slightly ahead. I mean, they have brought more ships, so if they don't come out slightly ahead, there's something going wrong. Meanwhile, over at D, Daring radared by the Ragnar. Shell's going back and forth. Daring going to be chipped away a little bit. Perhaps a smoke screen going to get unspotted.
Now, is he trying to kill another Ragnar?
Oh god, no.
So, what I'm kind of curious to see is if the Green Ohio was to float more towards A, I think it could maybe drop shells. It would have to go significantly closer to A, to be honest. But it could maybe drop shells on that Des Moines at D, the red Des Moines.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
It would need to be basically in A to have a chance, I think. Or they just convince the Greens at D to push the Des Moines backwards by farming it for a bit.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to be happening. Honestly, this Nevsky smoke trade is deadly. Like, and what do they have to hold it off? They have a Zhao.
Hey, come on, there's a Daring too.
Yeah, but Zhao. I'm
not. Is trying to shoot the Stalingrad in there. That Stalingrad's bold choice. Double Nevsky just farming with AP from afar.
Oof. Yeah, that's kind of painful. Like, ouch.
Des Moines is saying hello as well. I'm not sure that's the position to put that Stalingrad.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a very rapidly dead Stalingrad. They need some way to get him unspotted. Does he have anything? Okay, he has concealment expert. I just had to double check. We did see a Stalingrad without concealment expert earlier.
But with RPF instead. Now the farm is immediately switched to that Des Moines. And I'm pretty sure the Des Moines is currently asking for that Stalingrad to get itself spotted again. Which it does. Naturally oblige instantly.
So the Des Moines currently grinding across on the back of those rocks. I think he can't actually make the turn out. Trading comes out. The gearing spotted.
They have got the gearing, yeah.
Well, they need to get the pressure on that gearing immediately. They need to have it so that this daring needs to position in a way that he can't be shot by these two Nevskys and can spot this gearing if he comes too far forward and denies a spotting onto this Des Moines. Otherwise, that's a dead Des Moines. Des Moines needs to be able to get out with that spot immediately, or at least wait out the smoke screen.
Yeah, the gearing coming off quite badly, and the daring coming off worse for wear, but the daring does have 2 heals still to go.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad trade. However, at Marceau in CCAP, in the middle there, are we about to see a Des Moines die? The Shikishima shots fall short, and the Marceau is just... Yeah, I'm not sure that's a good idea, I'll be honest. The Marceau just stopped, and then the Shikishima missed. If that Marceau had committed all the way, it might have gotten torps on the Des Moines in time, but Des Moines is guns turned. Des Moines and Stalingrad south of D, they have... Des Moines 8 torps, and it's the luckiest Des Moines I've ever seen.
Oh, there's still shells coming in from the Vincent. Oh wait, no, let's go for the Stalingrad.
Stalingrad, because the Des Moines has gone undetected. It must have eaten a set of gearing torps, or just been hit by the Ohio.
I think he might have just been farmed out by those Nevskys, to be honest with you.
That Marceau paying a good chunk of its health for trying to wander into CCAP. Although that Des Moines in CCAP has just given its broadside to a Des Moines Stalingrad Kremlin.
Yep, these are bold choices. These are bold choices being made. That's all of your health. Did you really need to do that, sir? And he's firing HE. He's trying to get the kill on the enemy. He's going to throw his entire ship away for it, though. Citadels, where are... Citadels coming in. He doesn't even get the trade, does he?
The red Des Moines is healing.
Okay.
Does
that was not worth it.
I think that was a fairly serious mistake by the green Des Moines, and only saved very slightly by the fact that it did finish the Des Moines that would have probably died in a minute's time anyway. That's unfortunate. Red team have discovered a W button at D side.
Marceau on Marceau action? No.
No, the Marceau, now that Des Moines is gone, is going to take CCAP. That was very costly for the green team. They are going to lose cap control here. Although, how long does a Kremlin last under Ragnar, St. Vincent, Nevsky?
We're about to find out.
Oh, and the Daring has been radared.
Yeah, he's got... Oof, he's probably going down. That's double Nevsky and the Vincent on him.
Yeah.
Drops of smoke. It's not going to help. Damoncon's already popped.
I think the Daring made a mistake of going too close to the St. Vincent there. Smoked up to try and get away, but kind of forgot that Nevskys exist.
Flew too close to the sun.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that. And he's gone.
Well, the Icarus... I mean, sorry. Icarus? All right, St. Vincent. The St. Vincent just got slapped.
It did. That's got to have been from Shiki, or yeah, there's shots coming over from the Shiki.
Flying too close to the sun.
From the yeah, you did get the flying too close to the sun story right, and it is a British destroyer. So there was connections there.
That's where my brain went, to be honest with you. That's exactly what happened. That's how that chain of events happened there. Shikishima cross shots coming in once again on the broadside of the St. Vincent. Blanc, donk, nothing. All the shells just say, fuck you, I'm not going to land.
Splish splash.
Splish splash, the Vincent's taking a bath.
Yeah, that's the... I didn't go there, but in my head, I was like, splish splash, I'm taking a bath.
Oh, that's fine. Fine.
That's a painful rendition. Goes down here. It's got 28 seconds until it gets a heal, and there's shells from...
the land this time. Okay, so assessment of the situation. Red, completely in control of their home cap, and... Okay, what the fuck is happening with this Napoli? Is he going? Napoli's going. Okay. B cap, that should be held by the... Is the Moskva going? You know what? I don't want to know. Just, let's not ask questions. We've discussed this earlier. We don't ask anything that starts with Y.
That is the rule.
Yes.
Do you think this Napoli is
committing?
Napoli on the two line. It's a curious play.
It is.
But I suppose what else does it do at this point? You know, how else does it become relevant?
I mean, he can kill the Shiggy. Comes around the corner, fucking cheeks it, pops it, rams it.
But if it takes B cap, that is actually going to put Red Team back on the back foot.
Is there any way he actually takes B cap on? Like, I don't think his smoke lasts long enough, does it? He's also given away his position. He just shot at the Venezia.
He
shot at the Moskva.
If the Moskva was a little bit more side on, I'd accept that. It'd be very good. I suppose you've got to take the chance at that point. They do need to. They do need to put the brakes on a little bit here. Although they are going to take C, and I don't think that Stalingrad has radar range on the Gibeon.
Now, this Venezia didn't have RPF, so they didn't know about the position of this Napoli's advancements, by the way. Until he shot there.
So Napoli and Venezia are going to have honorable 1v1 unless the Shiki has decided no.
Well,
Shiki's guns are turned, never mind. Napoli might be about to be very sad.
Is he about to land torps? Yeah.
No, the torps are a miss. The shells don't do much. Was that smoking time?
No, it wasn't, but he got turned out in time.
Yeah. So. Saved by Italian rudders.
Alright, how long's he got left on the smoke screen? 30 seconds. How long's left on the cap?
31. So it is
blind
enough
fire?
As long as he doesn't get reset by blind fire. But Italian smokes are very easy to guess.
He's also still shooting. And he's also actually slapped the broadside. Oh, that's a big hit on the Venezia. The blind fire, not worth it there. I think he's good. Because he's also got the extra tick. If he doesn't move, he's also got the last tick of the smoke. But he is moving, so...
Well, there's still that travel time with the shells as well, so...
Yeah. Okay, that's a nice little stealth cap. And meanwhile, the Marceau has come to intercept the Shikishima, who's doing the center push.
Yeah, that completely sucker punches ACERO here.
Yeah.
They just lost D cap. They were never able to take D cap, and they've just lost their home cap. And their ships just don't look like in a position to do anything.
Look at the Ohio right now. The Ohio just walks into B, C. What's stopping them just taking that?
And he's got shots from the side of the Stalingrad.
He does. That's a Citadel.
Yeah,
that's his engine out.
Rear turrets?
Damacon.
Ohio turn for the rear turrets? No?
No greed.
Probably wary of torps from the Marceau.
Well, the Marceau and... Is it just the Marceau that's still got that? Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah.
Maybe Zhao torps. He doesn't know where the Zhao is, right? You know what? This Zhao's done alright holding back the double Nevsky push. Clearly that was all him, right?
Yeah, sure.
Look, I'm going to be so disappointed when the Zhao wins the series. Alright, Shikishima Salvo comes out on the Napoli. He's now caught in this kind of like 2v1 here with the Venezia.
Yeah, that Napoli just takes them on a walk to J1, right?
Yeah, I mean, what's his
concealment? And the longer they take to kill him, the worse it is.
If he stops firing at some point soon, I think he can get dark. Because he's what? 10.6. I think Napoli's concealment.
Ohio's on the Stalingrad again. This time he doesn't connect though. Stalingrad retreats behind the island. It just overshot the island a touch. Ohio very unlucky there.
Yeah, but look at the caps. 1, 2, 3, 4 caps taken. You know how many points that is per second? That's 4 cap. That's 16 points every 9 seconds. That's 3 minutes and this game's over.
The enemy is about to win.
Yeah, this is Ohio shots on the Kremlin.
The Kremlin who needs to go do something. I mean, the Gearing has no smokes left. Well, actually, no, the Gearing does have a smoke left. That's the one Gearing that we've seen all day that actually does take Superintendent.
Yeah. And Napoli has gone undetected down the one line.
There goes the Nevsky. You know exactly what I was just saying to do? Just delete that Nevsky.
Yeah.
You just deleted one of the Nevsky.
Unfortunately, they're still going to lose that Stalingrad.
Perhaps, mayhaps, maybe, potentially. There's
Stalingrad
also
has
cross
no
shots
heals
coming in
left,
onto
has
the
no
other
damage
Nevsky.
Control.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. So that...
Kremlin just needs to delete... Oh, no, this Nevsky's turning broadside. The Zhao! Zhao Gaming! Zhao! No, this is winnable. This is actually comebackable. They need to push now.
Winnable, but they do need to push now. And that Napoli... sorry, the Marceau is just keeping BCAP reset.
This Marceau can 2v1. This red Marceau here can 2v1 this Ragnar Gearing. If he gets out the appropriate angle, he's also got support from the Zhao. Moskva's not going to catch this thing on the radar. Moskva needs to go into this cap immediately. They're taking this cap back. They need to get in. They need to step on things immediately. Marceau needs to dive in there.
Eat a Napoli Torp? If they have the range, he eats one. Oh, he's maximized 8-2. Turned out to make sure they ate the second Torp. That's not good. That Napoli has a free kill just hanging now.
There's potential. There's still potential. There's still potential here. Gearing and Marceau fighting happening. Ragnar goes down. They've got the Ragnar kill. Okay, this is definitely comebackable. There's still time to come back here. Ohio
Napoli
versus Moskva. So Moskva stepping on the cap.
Pushing in now to catch this Venezia. If he sets it on fire, that's a perma-fire. Venezia has no heal for 70 seconds, no damage control for 25.
Shikishima's not interested in the Napoli. Shikishima's not interested in Napoli. He's cross-tracking the Ohio. If he goes straight through the upper half of this Napoli's bow, he needs to be focused on that. Venezia needs to stop shooting, get the fuck out of there as rapidly as possible. Never mind, he goes down. The comeback ability.
That play that we had questions about might actually be the hero play.
Oh, I didn't have questions about it. I just it was a good play. I just didn't think you'd be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
So now,
and with the rest of his team folding so fast, and so hard on the other side of the map, that is it. Like, this needs to be the Shikishima kill. But I wouldn't be turning away.
Shiki got the cap. Right, so now we have Moskva running it down into the Ohio's face. We have Marceau taking the C cap. Zhao trying to put in as much firepower on the Ohio as possible. Moskva needs to stay in the cap. He needs to stay in the cap. He's going for the ram. There's nothing to retake the cap behind him, though. Oh, he can't because of the Marceau. The Marceau's not going to be able to get a torpedo rush. Ohio goes for the bow sits, doesn't quite get it. Oh, never mind, he does.
Yeah, this is...
The comeback ability is going...
They've got 2.5 minutes. They've got 2.5 minutes. They can still do this. They just need to finish kills.
Yeah, but what they're going to get onto? What they're going to get onto now? They don't have any way to get on the Ohio. The Gearing's going to kite away at the border. The Shikishima can get a kill onto something if anything wants to get itself spotted.
And ironically, that Zhao needs to start putting fire into that Ohio and...
But he's not spotted.
Good on the kill, but they don't have anything to see it, and they won't do until the Marceau is in the Ohio's face.
Unless somebody seriously misplays, like this Marceau potentially running into face first into Shikishima, or like the Napoli's just staying dog. He's like, I don't need to shoot you. Marceau's like, I don't need to do anything. Ohio's like, I don't need to do it. Like, everybody realizes, okay, we win. We just don't do anything right now.
Well, the Ohio is driving into C-cap and will leave itself open to a Marceau torp rush. Whether the Marceau realizes that's going to happen or not, I don't know. Well, yes, it does now. Ohio is spotted.
He's going.
Green Marceau's coming back. Red Marceau's going to cut it fine with the island. Ohio turrets are wrong-faced.
Marceau is spotted. Here comes the YOLO. He's opening up the guns. It's like, I'm over here in case you didn't see me originally. Drops the corpse really early. HE Salvo comes out.
That's Dead Ohio.
It's Dead Ohio, but can he get the trade back on the Marceau? 342 health.
Yeah, absolutely.
0. There we go. Right, so they got that kill. There's no way to respot this gearing in the smoke screen. Is that blind fire?
You look at the Marceau. The Marceau was about to dive into sea to help. Has just turned around. Knows there's no point. Knows there's no need to be there. They win in 90 seconds. Less than now. They don't need CCAP. So
Cheeky, frantically hunting for Napoli. Not gonna find anything.
Following the torpedo breadcrumbs.
Okay,
so the match is over in 50 seconds. By the way,
yeah.
No matter what the cap state is, I think the point state is far too much. So the Greens win here.
Yeah. The valiant attempt in the last few moments. They just waited a bit too long for it.
Yeah, I think if they'd done that push earlier and they'd just been slightly more careful with their
pushings out
ships, yeah, they would have actually flipped that back in their favor. But it does look like.
I mean, there was 2 Nevskys there originally. Like, if they rammed the Kremlin face first into that earlier, like, look how much health the Kremlin's still got. He's still got like 3. Yeah. He's still got 2 Damacons. He's got 69,000 health. Look at the Shikishima. He sat there with like a full heal available. Like, he's still on 58. Like, they needed more pressure with their battleships. They gave up too much map control, too much ground early on. Like, they just like, you've got 3 caps now, but it's the end of the game. You've used the force of your Kremlin, but what have you got to show for it? Team Alpha is the winner, and that'll be 2-1 to GWHAT.
We have a match starting in 15, so I don't think we can jump into a game 3.
I mean, this was a game 3, so
yeah, and I've just looked and said it looks like all the game 3 started 10 minutes ago, and that was 4 minutes ago still.